What's up, YouTube? It's your boy AC coming at you with another video. And listen, your boy did it. We did it. We passed the ASVAB. Now, for anyone that's coming to this video for the first time, welcome. I will say welcome. Anyone that's watching this and has been watching me for a couple of weeks, years, even if it was just like one video, welcome as well. So recently I started making videos about me going into the military, right? And there's been a lot of trials and tribulations. I remember posting videos of how I was supposed to, go and test, and I wasn't able to test, and how I was discouraged. Also juggling, studying for the ASVAB, as well as, with what I'm doing with school, going back to school, having, multiple exams in 1 week. Like, I couldn't even tell you the last time. And it was probably in high school, maybe college, where I had multiple tests on different subjects. I'm talking about, and high level things too, right? Like, there was no easy thing, right? I had 2 exams, 1 quiz, and I had the ASVAB. And then if you guys have taken the ASVAB recently, or you guys don't know what the ASVAB is, it's a series of whole bunch of questions. It has 10 sections in it. It has various amounts of questions. I remember that the freaking the arithmetic section had, like, what was it, 30 questions alone, and then the other ones, they didn't have as much, but some sections were hefty too. They had like 15, 25. So I'm going through 10 sections of those, so that's a lot of questions, as well as the exams that I got to take, which each exam had 50 questions in it. Those 50 questions add up to be 100. And then I had my quiz to take. So basically what I'm saying is, this by far was the most difficult locking in that I had to do in a long while, right? Because all of those were very important. All of them were high level thinking. All of them were indicative of what I was going to be doing in the future, right? All of them. And in the moment, it was very, very overwhelming, right? But I had to lock in. I had to think, and I had to go ahead and start planning on how I was going to attack this, because there was no running from it. Like, all of them were very important, and I had to. So I was set to take my PICAT today. Yesterday, I took my second exam, and then 2 days before that, I took my first exam, and I took my quiz. And I want to say about 2 weeks to be able to study for all of them. Now, my main goal was to try to achieve the highest level that I could. And I wasn't striving for perfect, but I wasn't trying to sacrifice any of my grades to the point where it was just unattainable, right? Now, I will say, 3 out of the 4 tests or exams, quiz that I took, I did extremely well. I had one where, it's shaky, it wasn't passing, but it's enough to where I can rebuild myself, right? because I felt it was impossible for me to, and it was just a feeling, but I felt like it was impossible for me to be great in all of those. Like, without me putting my energy in all of those, I I tried to do extremely well, but I knew there was a real possibility that I might just be average in all of them. Thankfully, I want to say I was average in one of those three. Two of them I did extremely well, scored extremely high on them. And then one of them, it wasn't too bad, but it wasn't really great. It wasn't up to standards. But it showed me that it is possible to do multiple things, multiple hard things. I'm gonna put a extreme pause on that at one time. You just have to know how to delegate your time. You have to know how to handle pressure. You have to know how to study strategically. And you have to know how to assess yourself and see what you actually need to put the most effort in. Like, allocating your time is very, very important in what I just did. Now, there were things that I could have probably did better because I didn't do the best in all of them, right? But what it did was bring confidence in myself that, yes, it is possible if I do put in the work. And you bet your money I put in that work. I put in that work, bro. On top of that, it wasn't just like, oh, you're just studying and, the whole entire day. Maybe if I had that, I would have probably scored a little higher, but we're not looking at that. All of my days were filled with things. I think I had like one day where it was free. Did I have one day that was free? Yeah, Saturday. I would say Saturday was my one day that was free out of the 2 weeks. Every other day was straight work, and I had to be able to balance all that. Now, I'm making this video because I want to be able to update. I want to be able to look back at videos, and I want to be able to motivate people, as well as connect with people that are going through the same things, that are gonna go through the same things, that went through the same thing, and are able to reflect on it and be able to be like, okay, if you can do it, or if we can collaborate and be like, hey, this is how I attacked it. It's amazing. Like, I feel like that's the best way to be able to learn. Like, the more that I speak to people, right? And I am getting a little yoked, you feel me? I've been working out. I'm trying to lose some weight because, your boy passed the ASVAB, so we're qualified to join the military. Now, I have one more thing that I have to do. For you guys that don't know about the military, you have to go to MEPS, and you have to go get your physicals and swear in and do all the the paperwork and all that. But I'll say the hardest part is done. Now I can just focus on my classes and allocate all my energy to that. These next couple of weeks, my time will be a little bit more lax. It's not going to be so strenuous like how it's been, especially with the ASVAB being out of the way. I'm extremely proud of that. A little bit about the military and how I'm actually save that for the next video. But your boy passed the ASVAB.